welcome back. Okay, so let's start off things with a skirmish map, Upper Thousand. This is basically just another trek through the Liberation of Thousand mission. Only this time there is no rail car that we have to blow up. So, it's a lot easier. Really, it's just another capture the base mission. So you know what that means. It's time to send Aika and Alicia to do a lot of work. Again, mostly, I say Aika and Alicia, but really, this mission, in fact, this entire video is just going to be Alicia kicking ass. Just Alicia, just doing it. Just destroying the Empire by herself. Yeah. In fact, this and the next update are just going to be about Alicia. Because if you recall from the last update, we're going to be tackling on Marberry Shore, which, as I mentioned in the last update, is basically the anime version of D-Day. Again, if you saw Saving Private Ryan, you kind of get the idea. And this is going to be Alicia basically taking that and just snapping it over her knee, because she doesn't give a fuck.
This is an order! Brace up and get ready to defend yourself. This is an order! Advance with caution. Stay sharp.
My turn, okay? Enemy sighted!
Out of ammo!
Enemy unit spotted! Keep your eyes peeled out there.
Seriously, put on the caution and the defense boost orders on Alicia, and you can't stop her.
Moving out!
I mean, okay, sure, you might be able to damage her a little bit, but not before she heals herself, or, you know, she blows you away with the ZMCAR 8.
Please advance with caution.
She's like a mobile tank. The only person who might be able to, like, take her on and just wreck her is Sylvaria. And it's not like we're gonna deal with Sylvaria anytime soon, right? I'm sure we won't have to fight Sylvaria ever again. Thank goodness. Anyway, there goes that Lancer Elite. Not so elite whenever you just get blown away by a frickin' scout.
Moving out!
And say goodbye to your tank. I wonder if Alicia gets any, like, nicknames during her time in the war. Like the Baker of Death. But that would be like an insult to her cooking, which apparently is really good, considering it makes Welkin just, like, shove his cheeks like a fucking chipmunk. Oh, that scene was still kind of just goofy.
Enemy unit spotted!
She pines for the life of a normal girl, but she's been put into a position where she needs to be an absolute beast on the battlefield.
Think you can stop me?
May as well just blow up another tank while we're at it. Because why not? At that point, if I was those Imperial soldiers, and I just saw her blow up a tank, I'd be like, I'd throw down my gun, and I'd just like, you know what? Screw it. You can have the base. I'm not that attached to it. Maximilian does not pay me nearly enough.
My turn, okay?
You can have it. I like how he just slumps over like, ugh. Ragdolls kind of takes away the severity of, like, some of these missions. They don't do that in other, like, they don't do that in Fire Emblem. In Fire Emblem, there are no Ragdolls. Although they do it in XCOM. I'm just saying, Ragdolls make games, like, a lot more fun. Ragdolls just kind of drain all the seriousness from a situation. It just makes it seem really funny. I don't know. So yeah, that's the target, that little flag right there. Alicia almost completed this entire skirmish in one turn, by herself.
Okay?
If I was a little bit more risky and I didn't use all those orders on her, I probably could have finished this mission in one phase. I could have probably just finished it on the first phase of the first turn. But no big deal. 2 turns is still enough to get an A rank. Because now the Empire literally cannot do a thing for the rest of this mission. So yeah, there you go. Upper Thousand skirmish, not that hard.
Okay?
Again, I've pretty much maxed out most of my units, and I've given Alicia an unfair gun, and I've like used orders on her like constantly to make her just super beast, to just make her like an unstoppable monster. But still,
Operation complete. We took their
I don't
base.
take risks. Not really. So, there you go. Easy experience and easy ducats. Alright, so now I believe it's time to go ahead and move on to doing the actual mission. Battle at Marberry Shore. It's time for Anime D-Day. It's time for the anime version of storming Normandy Beach. So, remember, the beach is pretty much just going to be filled with artillery that will rip you apart. Fortunately, Isara made those smoke rounds that will get our foot soldiers through that artillery a lot easier, so that they won't get torn to shreds by heavy artillery. Because we need them to actually go over to their main base and capture that flag. Or we could just use our tanks to provide decent cover as kind of like movable shields. It's these defense bunkers that are going to be the main problem. You either got to use a flamethrower, you got to hit them with some major tank damage, or you can go ahead and shoot the Ragnite thing on the back of them. They are not fun to deal with. I think we've seen them on a few different missions, but here's where they really come into play. So yeah, the game does encourage you to use your flamethrowers, which means your shock troopers. And I would be totally down for using Vice to just go kick all kinds of ass, but as I said, this is Alicia's mission. And she's gonna break it over her knee. Really hard. And Aika is there for backup. Just in case Alicia doesn't get far enough, Aika can cover the rest of the distance.
Now, let's begin the operation. I'm confident victory is within reach.
I'm confident also, Virat.
Clear out the Imperial shoreline defenses. Squad 7, move out! Here we are, Marberry Shore. There really isn't any cover.
It's a beach, Welkin.
Welks, aim the smoke rounds at the
Have you
ground
tried
wall,
running on
not
sand?
on
It's
the-
not easy.
That should spread the smoke screen
Especially
around
with
that area.
combat boots.
Got it.
Oh, can you imagine
Do
the
what I can.
sand getting in your boots? you're getting shot at all over the place, and you got sand in your boots, and it's like, oh, it's just one inconvenience on top of another one. Also, Zaka's here to help. Zaka. I keep getting the name mixed up. I'm so used to saying Zaka, even though it said his name is Zaka. Yeah, Isara worked really hard to make those smoke rounds. It's really too bad that I don't use them once in this mission. It's really sad that they won't get any use in this entire mission. I kind of get strategy tips from Big Yellow Duck. Is another guy who's another YouTuber who's been doing ace missions and getting A ranks for Valkyria Chronicles. I kind of watch his videos in order for tips on how to finish missions. And then, of course, I take my own liberties here and there.
Enemy unit spotted. Think you can
So yeah, I just figured, yeah, I don't need the smoke rounds. I'll just let Alicia bolt. Get the Ragnade right at the ready, and just have her pray she uses her resist crossfire ability. So we broke through the beach, and now it's just a nice little trek to the main base camp.
All right, we've cleared the beach.
Wow, that was really easy.
We managed to avoid the threat of the enemy's machine guns, at least for now.
You wasted your time, Isara. We didn't even use the smoke rounds.
Moving out.
Oh. I feel like an asshole, but at the same time, we're trying to win a war, people. Whatever works, works.
Enemy unit spotted.
Like winning steel.
Enemy sighted.
We are trying to win a war, and I'm going to use my best unit to get the job done in as few turns as possible. If Alicia can cross the beach and get past this artillery on her own, more power to her. Just point her in the direction of the enemy base and just let her sort it out.
Enemy unit spotted.
Give her some Ragnade and she's good. And that first aid boost is nice as well, because it's a full heal.
My turn, okay?
Although Alicia has a lot of AP, you know, because she's a scout, it's not infinite. And she's got very little of it right now, so this is where things start to become complicated.
Moving out.
Fortunately, I can just go ahead and grab this base and just hide behind this rock. And that might be able to get me out of the way of the artillery. Well, let's see how the enemy phase goes. I bet the Empire wasn't expecting that shit. And there's still 2 more artillery cannons, like, waiting in front of the base. Oh, shock trooper. Oh, and he did the HP down thing. So I'm gonna need to use Antidote, which is something I don't use that often. Anyway, that guy's done. Not an issue. Yeah, so that was the enemy's last turn. So, time for me to use an order that I've never really used that often. Antidote. Basically, it takes off debuffs off your unit, which Alicia has right now. See, I mentioned in the last update that certain shock troopers are going to use those fog flamethrowers, which is kind of like poison. which it gives you the HP down debuff, which means you're going to be losing HP during your turn whenever you use that particular unit. So, yeah, no, that's gone. It's just not a great, it's just not great. Anyway, so caution and defense boost, and then just send Alicia on her way.
Advance with caution. Stay sharp.
There's 2 artilleries in front of the base, and that's the last line of defense. Question is, can they kill Alicia? Let's find out.
Can stop me?
Close, but not close enough. I take that back. The last line of defense is a few scouts and shock troopers and a few tanks. That's their last line of defense. Problem is, Alicia kind of just went behind their last line of defense and is going to destroy it from the inside. I told you, Alicia is a beast, and she's going to break this mission over her knee. She killed 2 guys in one shot, in one volley.
Just relax and get it done.
She's going to break the Empire and make them humble.
My turn, okay?
The Baker of Death, Alicia Melchiot. Kills tanks. Really good.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Moving out.
Honestly, at this point, it was a victory lap. All I really needed to do was kill that 1 trooper elite, but I figured, nah. I'm gonna go ahead and destroy both their tanks and their elite trooper. That's a heavy tank, much bigger than their medium tank. Blows up just the same. Oh, that one Imperial trooper is gonna be going like, maybe if I don't turn around, they won't be there. They can't hurt me if I can't see them. Anyway, so A rank, and we killed the ace, Lieutenant Nonikov. So we got a brand new flamethrower. Oh, and we got a new merit. So yeah, that was the Marberry Shore mission. No smoke rounds needed. Thanks, Isara, but I guess we didn't really need it.
How can I help you?
But hey, on the bright side, Rosie's actually making an attempt at being civil with Isara.
You said it was a protective charm, didn't you?
See, Zaka likes it. Everyone's surprised, especially Largo.
Just name it.
Let me think. You know what? I'd like to hear you sing.
Aww.
Huh? You want me to sing?
Rosie. Yes. You told me before that you always enjoyed it.
Well, that's nice.
I'd really love to hear you. I bet you're great.
See,
Okay then.
everything turned out great.
It's a promise.
This is a good mission, you guys. Everything's awesome. And Rosie and Isara are best friends now. Okay. So Isara's dead.
Isara.
Yeah.
Down.
Fucking snipers. Fucking bitch-ass sniper.
Isara. Don't you
Taking a cheap pot shot.
Isara. I still haven't even had the chance to say thank you yet.
So isn't that just appropriate? When they're finally becoming friends, Isara fucking bites it.
Friends.
Do we have a medic, like on call? Like, where's Fina and her sisters?
Isara!
They're not there? Nobody has any Ragnade, huh?
No.
Sorry. Your dream.
Nobody has any Ragnade, or the medics aren't close by? None of that?
To make it real.
Well, alright. Fine.
Just for you, Wilkes.
Thanks.
My dream? What do you mean?
Before, you said you wanted to fly. Remember? You wanted wings so we could see the sky together.
We will. We'll go flying real soon, Ys. I promise.
Well. So maybe the mission didn't go as well as we thought. Maybe it went really fucking bad.
Isara, the dreams you left, it's up to us to build them.
Hey, kid. I'd like to sing for you, if that's okay. I mean, after all, a promise is a promise.
16.
Right? So listen,
She was 16.
this is yours.
This is fucked. Anyway, time for a music number.
You stood, always smiling, ever quiet, ever tender, and I, a lost child, always frightened. I remember that you came and found me, blinded by unshed tears. The tears we cry are echoes that tell what tomorrow can hold, and I wept in your arms, and I heard bells ring out across the land, bringing peace at last to your heart, my dearest friend. And now the love that you gave me blooms and will live on through the tears in a song without end.
Chapter 12. The Fight for
Well, I guess we're going back home now. If the title's anything to go off of.
Let's begin the strategy meeting. First off, I need to ask. Lieutenant, how is Squad 7's morale?
It's been 3 weeks since we lost Isara. We're all still in shock.
Yeah, that's not great.
Personally, it still doesn't seem real to me. I can't believe she's really...
Surprisingly, Welkin takes his sister's death a little bit better than, like, everyone else.
You have new orders. I sent
Like,
in a request
it
to
wasn't
allow
Welkin who did the skyward scream. Sure, he,
The Galleon
you know,
Division's next task
maintained
is
his
to liberate a
composure
small border town
and
called
gave her a
Remastered.
promise, like, while she was dying. I guess you can't really lose your
The
shit,
regiment will
you
surround
know,
the area. while your
I don't
squad
know.
enters and secures the plaza. Any questions?
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go take back Brule.
No.
So that's fun. We haven't been there since, like, the
I'd
first
take
mission.
Temporary personal leave, but I wish you the best of luck.
Oh,
out
thanks,
there.
Faldio. I guess Faldio's just
I'd like to
leaving.
introduce the new tank pilot assigned to the Edelweiss.
It's still too soon.
I'll do the best I can.
Oh, hey, it's Kreese.
Kreese.
He recently volunteered to be a pilot. I'm hereby assigning him to Squad
Well,
7.
okay, I guess.
Isara inherited the Edelweiss from her father. I'd like to take over where she left off.
Sure.
I'm still nowhere near as skilled as she was, but I'll do my very
Well,
best.
I guess that's all you really can do, Kreese. Thanks.
That concludes our meeting.
That's
I
gotta be a little
good news for
awkward.
Brule.
Sitting in the same tank with the brother of the person you're replacing. That's gotta be a little rough for Kreese. Very awkward situation for him. Just sitting with Welkin.
Thousand was lost, and Gregor with it, in a war.
Not really. He fell in a train into a fucking ditch. Not really a warrior's death.
The Empire claimed the earliest victories, and most of Gallia with them. Their struggles since have bested the detachments holding each location.
Because we're awesome.
Meaning, we reconcentrate our forces.
But on the bright side, we killed that little Darkson girl.
Send word to gather
So I feel
our
this is a
armies
victory on our
Magyar
part.
plain. Silvaria, the time has come to show these rubes your power.
That's not gonna be good.
By my Valkyrian blood, I swear the Gallian forces will bow before.
So we're gonna have to fight Selvaria again. Oh boy.
I believe it. They won't last long once you get serious. And that's good news for me in the prospects for Thirald's reinstatement.
Once we conquer Gallia, you shall have independence for your homeland, Jaeger. But until then, you have no country of your own. You shall serve us with your very life.
I'm well aware, Your Grace. The fate of the Empire is no concern of mine. But Maximilian, you will be victorious. It's the only reason I'm fighting this
Well,
war.
see, like I said before, Jaeger's a cool guy. He's just on the wrong side. Well, he's on the side that he thinks will help him get his land, you know, its independence back. Wow, Brule has kind of got its shit kicked in.
Back to where it all started.
It's been 5 months since we left Brule. Now, all but one of us is back to
Too soon, Alicia, too soon. It's only been 3 weeks.
Captain Varad said she specifically requested this operation from General.
Well, that was
Baker.
nice of her.
She said that?
Yes. You know how she feels about him, but she begged him to give us.
Ugh.
She
We
wanted
cannot
us to
thank
remember
Varad
why we're
enough.
fighting.
Having to put up with Damon for
Has to
even a
say.
second is gotta be just a shit job. Damon's a dick.
Let's stop thinking and just move forward. Let's take back Isara's.
Yeah. So yeah, in the next update, we're gonna go ahead and fight for Brule and take back Welkin, Alicia, and Isara's home. But for now, let's check in on Faldio, shall we?
Back again. I had to return one more time.
To be fair, he probably didn't get that good of a look last time, considering, I don't know, the Batimus came in and Selvaria was there just wrecking house.
Last time.
Yeah, it was a little
No
hectic.
matter what I try, the door won't open anymore. What was written on those walls turns all of Europa's history.
This echo does not really help, like, thank God there's subtitles, otherwise I probably wouldn't be able to hear Faldio that well.
Valkyria. Did they hide the truth from all but their own? The door won't let me in. Given what's on the walls, maybe it opens only for the Valkyrie.
That's safe to assume.
Maximilian got through, but he had Selvaria with him. She must have opened it for him.
But we got in because...
The door was closed when we first arrived.
It was, wasn't it? Dun dun dun.
Then we... The one who opened it...
So Alicia may or may not be a Valkyrie. Huh. That would explain so much. I mean, she's probably like my best unit in the game so far.
Chances of her... No.
So maybe she is like a Valkyrie, but she just doesn't know it. That would explain why she's able to tear through missions like a beast. I mean, you saw what we just did with the Marberry Shore mission. No smoke rounds, just Alicia, and granted a few orders, but still! Like, she just ran through it. Anyway, we might find out more about that later on. But for now, let's go ahead and upgrade our weapons.
Welkin, bro!
Not like we're gonna need them for the next mission, because the Battle for Brule is probably one of the shortest missions in the game. In fact, I finish it in one turn. That's a bit of a spoiler, but still, that's the requirements in order to get an A rank.
It's done! This one's perfect, bro! It's done! This one's perfect, bro!
The only real benefit of getting all the weapons, like from Leon here, is pretty much just for a medal. There's a medal for getting all the weapons, either from developing them yourself at your R&D facility, or winning them from aces, or getting them from Princess Cordelia. So, if anything, that's your incentive. If you're a trophy hunter. Besides that, eh.
Here you go, bro. All done. Here you go, bro.
Unfortunately, they're not offering any real big upgrades for the Shamrock yet. Again, that flamethrower, it's coming up, but, you know, we still haven't gotten a chance. It's gonna come up later on, but for now, we're just gonna have to deal with having a very small tank that can go a little bit faster than the Edelweiss. But eventually, you know, Zach is gonna have his awesome tank just be souped up. Let's see what Miss Ellett has for us today.
Read the writing on the wall? That's a good man.
No new side missions this time around, but hey, some little stories here and there. Stuff about the Valkyrian legend. We might have brought this up in the last update, but again, yeah, Valkyries are kind of making a bit of a comeback. Especially since one was on the battlefield and knocked a damn tank shell like it was nothing. Seriously. It's ridiculous. And also, we may or may not have one of our own for Gallia. So that'd be kind of cool. And now it's going over the Marberry Shore invasion. Sanguine Shore. That's a very poetic way of saying it's covered in blood. And also, it brings up that Isara was one of the casualties during the battle. 16! Seriously. She did so much for us at only 16. Oh. Speaking of which, war orphans. Those are always awesome. War sucks. It does. It's not great. Fantasy or otherwise.
So, come to make a donation to the Get Ellett's Name on a Book?
She hasn't come up with any more of side stories for us just yet, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be one that's going to proc after a certain amount of time. Let's see if the aged gentleman has anything new for us. Spoiler alert, no he doesn't. I'm pretty much convinced that I'm so strong that he just doesn't give out any good orders. And that's a mess, and that's not great considering he has like some of the best orders to give you. Like, there's one that's called Awaken and Awaken All, which drastically improves the amount of times that your characters can activate their potentials in battle. That would make Alicia even more badass in the field than she already is. Whatever, we got stuff to get from Princess Cordelia.
Step forward. For your squad's exemplary performance in the final battle, this royal award.
Thank you, Your Highness.
So, new weapons. No new metal. Maybe later. Again, I don't really use any of these royal weapons, but they do look really cool. So, they're just kind of nice to have. Anyway. Alright, so on the next update, we're going to go ahead and take back Brule. And take back Isara's home. Until then, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you on the next update.